What up, guys? Welcome back to the People's Opinion. We are here. We are talking about the breakdown of the family unit and what are its causes. But I'm not here by myself today, right? I'm not here by myself. We have got the one and only Marcus Lovelace.
What's good, family? What's good?
And we also have, introduce yourself. We also have Carice. Put your mic just a little bit closer to you so we can hear you.
Is that better?
Yeah. So, thank you all for tuning in. You guys already know how we do. We're going to be here for a couple hours. You guys will see the link in the live chat. If you guys want to join in, just click it. We'll have a conversation. This is the people's opinion. It's not just my opinion. It's not just Marcus' opinion. It's not just Carice's opinion. It's all of our opinions. It's the people's opinion. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We want to hear from you, and you. Right. So we're going to get to it. But before we start, how was your week, Marcus? Before we get into it.
Same old same, fam.
Oh, God, bro, you sound depressed, bro. That's depressing.
Bro, that means it's a struggle week, innit? It's a struggle week. It's been, how can I say? News has been slow. World Cup, nothing interesting. Same old same.
Leaking out, bro. So don't come with the depression, bro. Like, give us something upbeat,
What joy can I say?
Something.
Let's just say inner spirit, I'm happy. Outwards, same old me, positive pessimist.
You're a positive pessimist.
As the audience know.
As a matter of fact,
it is. It is indeed.
This guy said he's a positive pessimist. Carice, how's your week been, girl?
It's been amazing.
See, there you go. That's what you should have said, bruv.
What, like happy joy.
Happy joy, yeah. Rainbows and lollipops.
No rainbows. No rainbows.
Goodness gracious. How's your week been, Chris?
Amazing.
Yeah. When you say amazing, why has it been amazing?
I woke up.
You're alive.
I'm alive.
There you go.
Work's been great.
Mm-hmm.
Great conversations with my family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here.
That's right. We're all here.
We're here.
All right, cool. That's good. Marcus, take some notes from Carice, man. You know what I'm saying?
About what, the energy?
You get the positivity up at least. You know what I'm saying?
As I said, positive pessimist thing. So, happy joy. If you want me to be there.
Joy. Okay, so, but the thing is, right? I'm not gonna lie. This subject is a bit serious, though.
Yeah.
Right. You guys already know I do a weekly show with Pearl on Just Petty Things. We've spoken about this to some degree, but today I kind of want to get a little bit deeper on it. So before we get talking about it, I want to watch a video, and I want us all to watch it, and then I want to kind of get your opinions on it. D, let's play that video, the first one, and let's hear what the people have got to say.
Back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're going to be talking about the rise of single women. So I've done a lot of videos on my channel, or a handful of videos on my channel, about the rise of lonely single men, because it's something that's been covered by the media extensively. No surprise there. So 45% of women are expected to be single and childless by 2030, which is wild when you think about it. That's almost half of women. So I started doing research for this, and before I get into kind of the meat and potatoes of the video, I want to point out something that I thought was kind of funny. So I come across this article on Psychology Today called The Rise of Empowered Single Women, and it's a response article to the article about lonely single men. And I just pulled up both of those headlines, both of those, article titles, and I put them next to each other, and I just sat back and I looked at them for a minute, and I'm like, wow. It's kind of crazy that anytime in our society where, a man is single, it's automatically assumed that he's lonely, the rise of lonely single men. It's always men do better, men do this. I did a whole video reacting to that article. If you didn't watch that, be sure to go watch it so you guys can kind of see what I thought about it, because I don't think it's all men's fault, just to long story short here. But then anytime a woman is single nowadays, it's always the opposite. So it's the rise of empowered single women. It's always positioned more as a choice for women of like, oh, they're empowered, they're single, they're choosing to be that way because they're empowered. But for men, it always is painted in a light where it's like incels or guys who just can't get women, or guys who need to step up and do better and do X, Y, and Z in order to, get one of these empowered single women to like them. And while of course it might be true for, some people, it's definitely not the reality for everyone. There are a lot of men who are happily single and a lot of women who are lonely as well. So I just thought it was kind of interesting how our society, paints men and women who are single in very different lights at this point in time. So if a man is single, it means he's lonely, and if a woman is single, it means she's empowered. Okay, so I wanted to read just a little bit of this article to you, just so you guys can kind of get an understanding of what I'm talking about. It says, as a single person in her 30s, a therapist and an author whose work centers around dating and healthy relationships, I am grateful for the culture shift towards healthier relationship standards that Madhouse described in his article. Until recently, modern dating has been imbalanced. Women have been socially programmed to believe their value and worth are conditional and reflected by their relationship status. Media, including dating self-help literature, has played a big part in this, encouraging women to change various aspects of themselves, personality, physical appearance, communication style, to be more desirable to men. Well, there's also a ton of content out there for men that's the same thing. In my work, I've seen this social programming impact women in their pursuit of dating and relationships time and time again, leading many to feel like they must play the game to be successful and find a mate. Of course, this outdated approach often leaves single women feeling hopeless and disempowered. But there's a shift occurring, and it's palpable, and this is not strictly an outcome of the surge of dating app usage. As women have gained more rights and are recognized as mostly equal to men, traditional gender roles and constructs are becoming obsolete. In the past, most women needed men for resources. They needed a provider. Now, with more opportunities, women have more independence and recognize they do not need men in the same way that women did in previous generations. Without such high stakes, women are raising the bar. We are no longer looking for a provider, but a partner and an equitable relationship. We want more. Yeah, and I think this talk of healthy relationships is amazing. I am all about healthy relationships. That's what I do on this channel. I'm all about making dating a little happier and healthier. The article about lonely single men stated that women want men who are emotionally available, good communicators, and share similar values. And while those three things are yes, yes, and yes, I totally agree, that's not all that women want. And I don't think that we can sit here and lie to ourselves and say that those are the top three things that women are looking for, because those are three things on a checklist of a million other things. Over 6 feet, making 6 figures, or whatever number it is, handsome. A big thing that I think these articles fail to mention is the fact that these are not the only things that women care about, unfortunately. I wish it was. As a woman, I wish I could sit here and say the only 3 things women care about are a guy who is emotionally available, good communicators, and has good values and morals and shares whatever with her. But sadly, those are just 3 things on a checklist of many other things that women are looking for. And if a guy doesn't have the other things also, the woman probably wouldn't give him a chance. Unfortunately, I wish it wasn't true, but sadly it is. These are the 10 things women want according to this lady.
Goodness gracious. By the year 2030, right, 45% of women are projected to be single and childless. Now we're talking about the breakdown of the family unit. Why do you guys think that so many women are opting for singledom nowadays? Chime in.
Honestly?
Yeah, honestly.
Because to have a husband,
Mm-hmm.
a man, it's a lot of work. So you cater to him, to look after him, to cook his meals, keep the house clean, to look after yourself, because you've got to stay nice for your man.
Mm-hmm.
And women don't want to do that. It doesn't make them.
Why?
Women have become more selfish. They don't need a man anymore because they're making their own money.
Mm-hmm.
And generally, a woman needed man for stability.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't need him anymore. She doesn't need him. She doesn't.
Say again, D? Say closer.
She doesn't need
It's
him.
going in and out as well. Yeah. No, just general. Can you guys hear the in and out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
okay.
going in and out. Yeah, go on. But go on, Chris.
She doesn't need him for babies.
she doesn't need him for babies.
Not babies, but women don't generally ask men's permission to fall pregnant, do they? And women don't generally.
What do you mean? They're trapping men?
Yeah, women trap men all the time.
Okay.
And they don't. A woman doesn't require a man to stay. You know, she'll go on her independent speech. I don't need you. You know, I'm fine. I can do this by myself.
Is that without government assistance?
Oh, generally with government assistance and maybe CSA payments as well.
Right.
Let's not forget that. And I think women are deluding themselves, really, because when they start to realize actually this thought process is warped, and they've potentially been brainwashed, they will be 40, 50 and alone and sad.
Right.
And generally probably going insane. It's my thoughts.
Listen, I love those thoughts. I'm not gonna lie, I love those
That's what
thoughts.
I think.
Marcus, go on. Chime in, bro.
After the video?
Yeah, after the video. Yeah, exactly.
All I heard was competitive.
Competitive.
Yeah. Men and women have become competitive. That's all I really heard. Like women are competing with men. And as just said, it's kind of like when you get with a woman now, that the fact that she feels she doesn't need anything from you bar a child, that's kind of pause. It's almost like men are now dealing with another person with a masculine nature.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? So where we would compete with each other as men, you're now going home and competing as well. Because that's all I heard. Like now women are happy, and it seems like she said women's happiness means not actually listening to what men have to say.
But then do you think that single childless women would be happy
long term?
Yeah.
No.
Long term, no, of course not. I mean, like I said on the show last week, when we had the right and wrong conversation, it doesn't matter to me about what somebody's right or wrong is. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to what are the results of your decisions.
Right.
Yeah. So a woman makes a decision. We can play my game, 10 to 15. Yeah. 10 to 15 years later, let's see where the chips lie. And the majority of these women, 10 to 15 years later, are not happy. Like, I'll give you an example. I went out with a family. We went to a place called Peeps Potty Cottage. Yeah. It was like a little beachfront and all of that.
Okay.
And when I was there, unlike London, all I saw was happy little families walking along the beachside, and they was just hi. And we was like, oh, this is strange, but it's nice. Yeah. But when you come to London, all I see, even if we go to the nice areas, Fulham, Chelsea, Knightsbridge, I'm seeing women with other women with prams.
Right.
I ain't seen no man with them, and a lot of them seem to have, not all, but a lot seem to have a face that doesn't say, when I go home, I'm happy.
Say look miserable is what you're saying.
In designer clothing, yeah.
Miserable in designer clothing in Knightsbridge.
In Knightsbridge.
Okay.
I mean, just to talk about being lonely and sad, women's depression is increasing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And compared to men, I think like 5.5 million women are on antidepressants. Men, I think it's 2.1 million. But their depression has been...
But men commit suicide more than women.
Do they?
They do.
Right, okay.
Like three quarters of suicides in the whole world are men.
Because we make big decisions.
Because what?
We make big decisions.
So while you may say there's more women on antidepressants, more men just delete themselves. They just delete themselves.
Don't you find it funny that more women now, like the rise of depression in women is going up, but this is the so-called most independent they've ever been?
I've always said like the Western world are marching into their own death. Yeah. That's what I personally believe. Like they say that we're the most technologically advanced civilization, right? Which may be technologically, but socially, we're the most depressed, we're the most anxious, we're the most socially awkward.
Yeah.
Right? Both the men and the women. The men, I've stated this on so many occasions, men between the ages of 18 and 30 most men have 1 in 3 men have not had sex in the last year and or are virgins, which means that the men are not finding women to create families with. And then the women, like they said, by 2030, 45% of women in the West are going to be single and childless. So there's a disconnect between men and women in this current society.
What do you think's fueling that?
Feminism.
Feminism alone?
Feminism is fueling. When I say feminism, I mean this. Women for the past 4 or 5 decades have been told that they don't need a man.
By who?
By the society.
And who's that?
The media.
Marketing.
Who runs the media?
Literally to sell.
Men do.
Oh.
Right. No, they do.
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with you.
No, I agree. Men do.
Yeah.
But what it is that men started listening to women, right? With, oh, we want this, we want this, we want this, listen to us, listen to us, listen to us.
Yeah.
And as controversial as it may sound, I've always said, don't listen to women that much. Listen to them, but take what they're saying with a pinch of salt, because women don't know how to run shit. My personal opinion.
Yeah.
They don't. Because when women run society goes down.
Right. I don't want to put on a conspiracy theory hat here, yeah?
And the thing is, let me even flesh that out.
Yeah. Please do.
Because a lot of people are going to say, oh, that's misogynistic.
Of course, that's the bullet you're going to get shot with, yeah.
90% of single parent homes are women.
Yeah. I'm
going to read some stats. Yeah? I've got them right here. Don't worry about it. Yeah, because people are like, oh my God, he's misogynistic. No. We're going to go stats. 90% of single parent homes are headed by women, right? 63% of youth suicides are from single mother homes. 90% of homelessness and runaway children are from single mother homes. 71% of high school dropouts are from single mother homes. 70% of youths in operated institutions are from single mother homes. 80% of youths in prison are from single mother homes. 85% of children who show behavioral disorders are from single mother homes. 80% of rapists with anger problems are from single mother homes. Now, we can shift that, because when I said that, and I've said it before, people said, oh, don't say single mother, say single parent. All right, I'll say single parent. But 90% of single parent homes are headed by women. Yeah. So these are single mothers that are creating these people. No, go on, please.
The problem is, are desperate that man can.
Yeah.
They want quality of outcome rather than the quality of opportunity.
Right.
And this is the problem. For some reason, women are desperate to confirm and show that anything a man can do, they can do better. And it's just not, it's not scientifically possible. It just isn't. And the problem is, women don't like to be told. We don't. And it's only as I've gotten older and I've started to sit down and reflect on choices in my life, and I've started to look around me, and I've started to speak to friends the same age, older women, and I'm looking at the younger women. You know, my daughter's 26. I've got a foster daughter who's 14, my niece, etc. And I'm realizing something wrong. There's something wrong.
They've been taught something.
Yeah.
They've been told something.
I was told. I think it started from my mother's generation.
That's what I said. About 40, 50 years women have been told this stuff.
Yeah.
So what were you told?
I was told, have your own. Get your own before you build with any man. And a man will disappoint you. Make sure you got your own, because it's pain, it's trauma.
Did that become a self-fulfilling prophecy?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. And I told my daughter the same thing.
Oh gosh.
But we do.
But the thing is, like I said, because if you're told something for long enough, it will become your reality.
Yeah, it will. You've also got to remember, not only are we being told by our parents, so our mothers, our aunties, our mothers' friends, etc., we are also being bombarded with marketing. Now, women are 80%, like they make up 80% of the consumer of the market.
They do.
So if you want to sell,
buying decisions,
right? Yeah. So if you want to sell to a man, you sell to a woman.
That's right.
Right. So if you want to look at this even more deeply, if people want to sell, what do they have to do? Speak to women.
Right.
So if you want to sell abortion, you need to somehow convince a woman that she needs it. How do you need to convince a woman that she needs it? Well, then you start spreading propaganda about having sex is okay. It's your right. Men do it. Why can't you?
Having reckless sex is okay.
Because
I believe having sex is fine.
No, it's not. It's not fine for a woman.
No, reckless sex is not fine.
Reckless sex is not fine. No.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like people, like men and women are gonna want sex.
Yeah.
It's biological. But having it recklessly.
Yes.
This is what I think is being taught. To have sex recklessly with 5, 6, 7, however many people, no condom, doesn't matter. Just make yourself feel good, girl. You know what I'm saying? Reckless sex is the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, sex done right is fine. For me, it's fine.
Sex done right is fine, but there's also, getting a pill, that's not free. I don't think buying a pill is free. So even sensible, safe sex, that's still a marketing ploy. Before, women were told to keep their purity.
Right.
I was just about to get into that because the Japanese culture isn't doing so well now because they've let go of honoraries.
But they're at minus birth rate on the Japanese culture.
Because of their lack of honoraries, which they used to have before, which was like, you're not just going to be slamming a girl without meeting her dad. Now you don't have to meet no girl's dad. Just one nightclub out, that's you. Right? You can have a private relationship away from your parents. And I think if we were still doing honoraries, the more you would have to introduce somebody you're interested in to your parents, the less relationships you would eventually have.
Absolutely.
Right.
Do you get it?
Right.
But there's no honoraries. Nah, and I don't want to go on like I was about to say, I don't want to go on no conspiracy theory thing. But what I find funny is that women didn't just turn into Wonder Woman overnight and was like, we're just going to change up the game.
Right.
They were supported by a system. And that system is run by men. Right? Now, for me, I believe if we get into classism, there's a group of men. I mean, we all know what a think tank is, right? Now, these men have think tanks. They're aware of this problem that we're talking about, right?
Oh, 100%.
But they choose to let it continue. There's why? Because
money.
Not just money. I mean, if I put myself in their shoes, my family are winning. I don't want no other men to start coming up and making great collectives of families, making great family wealth, building their own little plush community while I'm trying to stay in the driver's seat as far as it goes as the country. Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, sorry, break that down. So you're saying the elites have family units.
Right.
And they don't
and they promote to us not to have family units. Right. Because if we have family units, we would be a threat to them. Right. Right. Like, is it how can I say, if Hackney just Hackney as a project, they decided to say, oh, we're getting down with family unity. Hackney would start to flourish economically. Yes. The schools, the education there, the level of education there would go up. Yes. Now, other areas where we'd say certain elites come from, they would look at you now as competition. You're no competition if your family home is broken. You cannot compete with people that have thriving families that look back, as you said, sis, like you go back a couple of generations and the mothers were telling their children that. Then those mothers tell their children that. What are the elites? 3 generations going back, what are they telling their children? They're telling their children something different. Yeah. Totally different message. Yeah, they're telling them, inherit this. Get your husband, get your family. Yeah, because you can't just bring anyone up in here.
Absolutely.
Right? But with us, they're whole be free sexually. Sex who you want.
So
do your thing.
So it's funny because
we'll give you a flat.
It's funny because I watched a Andrew Tate interview, and what he was saying is that with feminism and with the system that they brought in, they took the father out of the home, right? And they made the mother work and put the children into school constantly. So the mother doesn't even have a visual on her child. The person or the people or the society or the media that's teaching that child, right, is what they want to teach the child. So the child's no longer yours. Even though the child came out of your womb, your child is no longer yours. Your child is theirs. They are teaching your children what it is. That's why children come home to their parents and say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's like, excuse me? Because your child is no longer yours. And that is what you were saying. But the elites, the people that are at the top, their children can't come home and tell them X, Y, and Z.
I mean,
they tell their children what's going on.
I mean, an example in that, outside of Christmas, where we all get given Christmas, Easter, Halloween, what culturally the mothers give their children, which is of their own decision? Mothers, you said if children were at home with their mothers, culturally, things like manners, the level of manners would be up. Right, because you're with your children 24 hours a day. Well, not 24 hours, but for a decent period of time, right? But when your children at school, have you not noticed that the children come back and they'll be like, they're hanging around with their friend and they come back with this kind of subculture and they bring it back to you and you ain't got enough time to correct it. For instance.
Not my son.
You'll be like, not your son, but for the majority of people.
People are tired.
How many of them?
Because mum's been working how many hours a week?
Right, and how many of them actually know that, like, haven't you seen, like, when gang stuff happens, most mothers come on the BBC News afterwards, after the crime's been done, after somebody's been jugged down, then they come on and say, oh, not my son, he was a good boy.
He was a good boy.
But my man's been in a gang since first year. How did you not know that?
Let me read there's a super chat that came in, right? Big up Eric Powell, right? He said, where we are now cannot be remedied without armed conflict. Sorry, not sorry. He actually donated again. He said, you do realize that your children belong to the state until you go through the family court. If you know, you know.
What's his name?
Eric Powell.
Yeah, good on you, Eric.
I personally think we're going to see a 360. I really do.
A 360 or a 180?
A 180.
There you go. People always say 360. I'm like, what 360? That means we're going back to where we are.
I do believe that. I think women are gonna start to kick on and realize actually they don't want to work 60 hours a week until they're 60.
Right.
They don't. A woman wants to be taken care of.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Trust me.
But the thing is, you're of a different generation, right?
I am, but I think if teenagers and 20-year-olds were honest with themselves, they had an honest conversation, and people didn't shame them for
wanting those things,
we would start to see better relationships.
And then the thing is, we shouldn't shame men for wanting to also provide for women.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, but the thing is, my whole thing, hypergamy is on steroids, right? Women have always looked for the best man. They've always looked for the best guy, right? The most handsome, the tallest one, the one that can provide for them, right? Throughout time. What it is now is that there's an entitlement that a lot of women feel like they deserve. Every woman deserves that man. However, if you look at it by sheer numbers, it's only about 20% of men that are the top earners, 6 foot, over 100K, and all of these requirements. So if there's 20% of men that fit this requirement, yet at least 80% of women are looking for this 20% man, that means that 20% man has 80% of women to choose from. So then, because last week we were talking to Stevie Knight, right, from America, and he said he thinks that polygamy is going to come back into play. And the reason why polygamy is going to come back into play is because every woman's looking for the same man. And the bottom line is that man that man is in high demand.
I think
So what's he supposed to do?
Polygamy is already in play. If we're honest.
Not honest polygamy though.
Yeah,
You reckon?
I think there's a lot more. I think women just turn a blind eye. But I'm talking of the elite, the real rich.
Yeah.
So that top 20% man.
About. Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
Well, Nick Cannon's got it.
Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon. What is he on?
Yeah, he's on like child 12 or something like that.
Yeah. 6 baby mamas or something.
Yeah, something crazy. Probably more than that. I don't know.
That's crazy.
But is it?
Is it?
Because if you go back 7,000 years ago, one man reproduced to 17 women. Yeah. Right. Generally.
But you know what's interesting about that as well? Sorry to cut you.
Yeah,
but what's interesting about that, is of those 6 women, I've never heard any of them outward complain because they're all getting fed and they don't have to work and their children all go to nice schools, etc. I'm not saying polygamy is going to work for every man because I believe it's a cultural thing.
But
that top enchilada
going to work for
it will.
But most women are looking for that man. But the thing is, I don't think most women understand what it is to be with a man like that because of the selfishness of feminism. I can have everything. I want everything. It's all about me. And this. Listen, you think that man's not going to cheat? You think that top 20% man that's got 80% of women throwing their knickers at him and throwing their panties at him, he ain't going to try and take one of those options at any point in time?
But you know what?
You really think?
But I got to touch back on your point because at the end of the day, I don't think that top 20% of men anymore are cheating. They're telling women, this is who I am.
This is what it is, yeah.
This is what it is. Do you want to stay at home and do you want to be comfortable? Or do you want your ego to kick into place and be like, if it's not all mine, if it's not all me, like I even saw one of the mums with Nick Cannon, like linking up with the other mum.
Yes, of course you have to. Your sister wives. Sister wives is a thing.
But we're talking about women that are really financially taken care of.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're not talking, a £200 maintenance.
No.
They are putting homes.
Yeah.
They are living a lifestyle that we can't even fathom.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to, if you're going to be that man, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, but I don't think the average man is built for that.
Because this is what's happening now. It's one of the reasons of the breakdown of the family unit is because women are not looking. Average women.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about your top tier woman. Yeah. Average women are bypassing average men.
Yeah.
Right?
Why?
Because average women have been told via feminism, you can have it all. You can have the top man and do the top thing and have all of the lavish bells and whistles that life can provide you. And what it is that top tier men will have sex with a woman who's a 3 in the face, right? And her body's average. Yeah. Do you know why? Because it's a hole.
Yeah.
Right. And so what happens is those women that are kind of 3 in the face, average body, think because they've had sex with this guy, they can bag that guy. Yeah. It's like, no, you can't bag him. He just had sex with you, girl. And look, it's a hard pill to swallow for women.
It's a very hard pill.
It's a hard. He wanted to have sex. You were available. That's why you had sex with that man. That doesn't mean that's going to be your husband.
You know, there's somebody that does their podding thing as well, right? I'm not naming names because I don't even want this person to start rinsing me on. I'm not getting into it with her, yeah.
Right, okay.
But she once said on a show,
we know it's a woman now. Go on.
That I've been with football players. I can get a football player.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking
about. Yeah, right. And I was like baffed, innit? Like I was like, so you can get a millionaire. You've been with millionaires. But you're dating average brothers now.
Yeah. Huh? Because you're, like you said, the results will show you your level. I understand as a man, I can look throughout my history of the women that I've been with and be like, you know what? So that's your level. Because my level shows me who I am. Right? The women that I've been with shows me who I am. I don't think I might look at a Rihanna and be like, I'm handsome enough to get Rihanna might have sex with me. I don't know. Rihanna's not gonna marry me, bro. You know what I'm saying?
She might.
No.
That was a tweak out there. You just put a little.
I just put it out.
You just put it out. You just threw it out there. Yeah.
She'll
Maybe
she'll marry an ASAP Rocky.
Yeah.
Because ASAP Rocky is more on the level financially than she is. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, ASAP Rocky could be an uglier man than me, or uglier man than you. Doesn't matter, because women value finance.
Yeah,
value. That's what they value.
It's fact, but they don't want to admit it.
They value finances in a man.
Yeah.
So I can be as handsome as Denzel Washington, but if I'm making 12 grand a year,
If you're riding the bus.
if I'm riding the bus,
okay.
So
Let me throw a little spanner in the works. Yeah. Oprah.
Yeah. What about her?
That guy. Oh,
Stedman.
Yeah.
Oprah's the man in that relationship. Let's be honest.
So it can work if she's going to be the man in the relationship,
because Oprah is a aggressive feminist.
Yeah.
If we look at Oprah, and you look at Oprah throughout the years, Oprah has bought into this feminist narrative that the woman is you can do everything. And the thing is, I don't disrespect her. She's great. She's a billionaire. Amazing.
Yeah. But her achievements.
But who's she gonna find as a man? What man
does she want one?
Wants to deal with that?
But you don't know what she's like behind
level of
closed doors.
masculinity.
This is the thing. You don't know what women are like behind closed doors.
Yeah, but you know what it is? I would say any woman that I've respected, that I've seen in the entertainment industry, and there's not that many, but like, say Angela Bassett, for instance. Yeah, she wears her man proudly and he wears her proudly. Like, they're very proud of each other.
Right.
There's other women that I've seen like kind of hold their men in the background, or go for men of lesser stature.
Right.
Like, let's just say Nicki Minaj, for instance.
She was with Safari.
Safari's
made a name for himself now.
Nah, then Meek Mill.
Was she with Meek Mill? I didn't know that.
For years.
Yeah, for years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know
And then after that, a lesser known guy.
Which is the man that she's got now.
Which is the man she's had children with now.
Oh, okay.
So she was able, a woman with that level of power in the industry was able to settle down and have children with a man who's less known. Do you get what I mean? Like, there are those situations where women with power will just go with a lesser man.
Right.
As long as it leaves her basically in control, and that man will be fine with that.
That's the question I was going to ask. Do you think that when it comes to family, women are in charge of the family more so than men nowadays?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Is the next question, is that right? Is that wrong?
No. Like, if women are in charge of the family unit, what's society going to be like if women are in charge of the family unit? Chaos.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the roads are now, isn't it? With young boys.
Right.
This young boy is walking around extremely highly emotionally strong.
Yeah.
Like, to say there's a young boy that's got Sky TV in his bedroom, yeah, and he steps out his house and he's like, I've got an argument with another man, and I'm gonna go and take his life in broad day, and then go and do 28 years when you know what, you had a normal life.
But my boy was a good boy.
Yeah, but that's all that. Yeah, but he was emotional. Whether she thought he was a good boy or not, he was very, very emotional. He didn't think to himself, you know what, let's not take it there. I don't want to do 28 years. To me, the way I see a lot of boys coming from single parent homes at the moment, they're queuing up to go jail.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
oh, yeah.
It's almost like subconsciously they're fighting to get away from their home lifestyle to go jail. Because they're doing crimes that they're not even trying to get away with. They're like, you know what? I got a girl. I got a place at my mum's. But you know what? This other guy, I've got to go and do him something. And subconsciously, to me, that just says you want away from everything you've ever had.
So do you know what I mean? I'm going to play another video, right? D, just cue the next video, please. Because my whole thing is women are opting. The breakdown of the family unit is because so many women are opting to be single mothers. They're opting. They're taking fathers out of the equation.
It's ludicrous.
Right? And they're saying they want to be single mothers. So I want to play a video quickly. It's like a minute. D, have you got it, yeah? Listen to this.
Us knowing the data and the statistics of what happens in single parent homes, why do you still think that, do you know what, I can have a baby by myself and it's okay?
I don't know. I mean, this is like my personal view. It might not be.
Yeah,
no,
go
ahead. I've always said like when I hit, we've had a discussion about biological clock before, right?
Yeah, we have.
I'm a single woman. I'm approaching 30. I've always said that I felt if once I hit 30 and I feel like I had that financial support that I could give to a child, I would be happy to have my own child on my own. Because I feel like at that point I've raised children like my nieces, like as if I was a second parent. I had that experience. So for me, I feel like I'm more emotionally ready to do it on my own.
But sorry, I'll let you finish.
But obviously, it is difficult. I'm not saying I'm going to do it all on my own. Like I have like Didi said, you have a village.
It takes a village.
But I just feel like it's like sometimes it's kind of even less of a burden. Like I feel like men cause more burden.
But quickly into that, you said.
She said.
Men can cause more burden.
Right. So this is the psychology we're dealing with in the society, right? We're dealing with women saying, I can go and have a child by myself and men are more of a burden. Not realizing, like I've read the stats before, 90% of single parent households are women. And you put your child at a statistical disadvantage, every statistical disadvantage when it's just a mother in the home. Yet and still we have women saying, oh, do you know what? I just want to be a single mom and the man's less of a burden.
Women are selfish. They want to put their happiness first.
Right.
That's why they would choose to have a child without a man. Facts. And women won't admit it. The amount of women I've seen ranging from 18 years old to 35 who they're missing something, they need something, and they have a child without the man there. The man says they don't want this child, but they still go ahead and have the child, knowing the statistics. Everyone knows the statistics.
Yeah.
You know, it's not.
You don't even need to read it.
You just know it.
Yeah, you just know it. Yeah.
So why would you do that to your child? Especially selfishness. It will make me happy. It's what I'll be fine. I can do it. No, you can't. You actually can't. Especially if you have a son. A mother cannot calm down her son. Only a father can do that. But women believe they can do everything.
Listen, it's a podcast that I was on, so it's quite kind of close to home. And it's just like, when I actually asked her, because, you know, that podcast went on for like an hour or so, right? And when I actually asked her, do you realize that you're being selfish? There was no acknowledgement of the selfish nature. That, you know, there was no acknowledgement. It was like, yeah, well, you know, I kind of think that I can do it. It's like, but if you look at the statistics, you can't do it. Women can't generally do that. They can't generally raise children by themselves. And I have spoken a lot about fathers battling to see their children. And I think a lot of the reason why a lot of fathers basically in these days and times are battling to see their children is because of psychologies like this. They don't realize that the women that they're getting with have these psychologies. They have this, I can do it by myself anyway, even if you're not here. But you can't.
You can't, but women take it really personally when you tell them that they can't do something. I don't know what it is. I haven't pinpointed it yet. Maybe,
you're a woman, you're around them. You have to tell me.
I think because we have an inability to be objective.
Interesting.
We're naturally emotional people, aren't we? We run on emotion, the majority of us.
Sorry, go on, Marcus. You're going to say something.
You know what it is, bro? Like, I think the elephant in the room is, and shout out to Mr. Super Matter. And there was some interesting questions in the comment section, by the way. But I think the elephant in the room, yeah, is we're going, as logical people, we're going selfishness, right? And selfishness, yeah, I do think that's a massive part of it. But the elephant in the room to me is mental illness is real, you know, dog. It's real. Like what that girl was saying on the show, I don't know her personally. I don't want to bun down on her too hard, yeah? But what she was saying didn't make for shit show sense. Yeah?
No, but...
So, go on.
Sorry. You and me can look at that woman and say that don't make no sense. You and I can look at that woman and say that don't make no sense. You see that psychology? It is a prevailing psychology within the society in which we live. So if you're talking about mental health, are you telling us that our society is sick?
I'm saying is mentally sick. Yeah, but the level of sick it is, yeah, it's like it's almost not being diagnosed. We're just going literally, as we've just all discussed, we're going, it's selfish. No, bro, like I agree with you both, but at the same time, I can be selfish at times. I'm not selfish to the point of I want to ruin people's lives. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay. My selfishness will last for 24 hours. I'll have a think about it, and then I'll recollect to myself and say, do you know what? Shit, I've been selfish.
And let me ask you something. If you could bear children, yeah? You could bear children.
Heaven forbid.
Yeah?
But yeah.
He can. Yeah.
Okay.
And you got to an age where you're 30, your sperm's going to dry up soon.
Yeah.
It's now or never.
Yeah.
Would you make a decision to raise a child by yourself?
No, I've got
honestly.
No, honestly, I wouldn't, because you know what is, like, logically, I've got nephews that need my help. I've got nieces that need my help. Yeah,
they're not yours.
And that's the problem, because culturally they are mine. Yeah, and if we was back in our natural environment with the sun, with villages, everybody looks after everybody's children, hence why we don't have the madness and confusion which we have here in the West. Everybody runs that individual shit, right? And what then happens is everyone's going, well, if I don't have, then I'm not living. I haven't got my own. But that's because nobody else is sharing their children with you.
Which kind of takes me to the nuclear family.
Yep.
Yeah, that whole thing was created. Yeah, which made nuclear family. You know, the mother, the father, 2.2 children.
Yeah,
the Trinity, the Holy Trinity.
Yeah,
for me. That's the original Holy Trinity: mother, father, child.
Right, but that was created about in the 1950s, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm running with that. I'm running with that.
Yeah.
I know what she means by that. That particular nucleus.
Go on. I'm listening to you, Chris. Go
on. And that was very isolated.
Yep.
But the real family was generations.
Yep.
In under one roof.
Yep.
Yeah. In one spot, the community, the village.
Yep.
Raising children. So if we look at a woman deciding to raise a child in today's society, based on our nuclear family of mother, father, children, it's not going to have the same effect of a family. Do I have a family around me to help me raise the child? Am I making sense?
You're making perfect sense, but I would go a bit deeper on it and say, if you look at every other group of people, if I go to certain areas in London, I see an Irish community. I'm going to see Irish flags. I'm going to see a majority of these roads that people live on, there will be Irish. Yeah, they'll have Irish pubs. Yeah. If I looked into the Sikh community, I would see the same thing there. If I looked into the Punjabi community, Pakistani community, they live amongst themselves, and there's a reason for that, because if I'm at work, the missus is at work, we can be like, the next door neighbor, she don't work, she good. She can pick up my daughter from school. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, people work together as a community. But there is, I'm gonna say something a bit controversial. There is no black community. There's just black people that live in an area. But it's to a lot of people. A lot of people be like, Brixton was a black community. Hackney was a black community. Tottenham was a black community. No, you just live there. Community is when you own the off license, you own the library,
you own your homes on the road,
you own the homes on the road. You don't get gentrified. We get gentrified. And this is not to put on any other race and say, oh, why did you gentrify us? When we live in an area, we shouldn't be able to be gentrified. I'm not blaming.
Listen, you can't gentrify Stamford Hill.
You cannot.
No, you cannot. And I'm not blaming anybody who would try
You
to,
can't
but it's not
gentrify
happening.
Certain places in Birmingham where there's Pakistani Muslims, it's not possible.
It's not
bro.
possible, bro.
You can't do it, bro.
Right? But with us, yeah, this is what I'm saying. When we're talking about family, right? You almost have to go back to kingdom. We don't have kingdoms. Kingdoms have fallen. Yeah, for black people, right? So let's go a bit ahead of that, and we go community. Can we do community? We can't do kingdoms. We're done with kingdoms at the moment. Can we do community?
Let's downgrade to community.
Let's downgrade to community.
Right, okay.
We can't do community because we're doing the road thing. Yeah? And we're doing the single mother thing. Right? Single parent.
We're
thing.
doing the broken family
We're
thing.
doing the broken family thing on the whole. So, okay. We can't do kingdom. We can't do community. What's next? The best thing is what you have after
family.
That is family.
Yeah.
Right?
Nuclear family.
Nuclear family.
Yes.
Right? But if we can't do that, then we're dealing with individualism.
Yeah.
Right.
And once we start to deal with individualism, here's the shit show.
We can see it. Right
Here
now.
it is.
Yeah, we can see the shit show.
Here it is. Yeah. Now, if everyone wants to make an effort together and go backwards, family, community, kingdom.
Yeah.
Right? But we don't. At the moment, there's no impetus to do it.
There must be a solution.
Well, that's why myself and Marcus, we talk about clan. We have this thing about clan. Like Marcus is part of my clan, and we're going to be going like deeper into what clan and clan codes are and how to create your own clan.
Okay.
Right. Marcus writing a book right now about
Nice.
clan codes. We talk about it, but we generally it's coming. Do you know what I'm saying? Like myself and Marcus have been speaking about it behind the scenes for years, right? Because I personally believe that to get back to kingdom,
Yeah.
you have to start creating your clan.
Okay.
And so to create your clan is for the basic level, right? For base level, just for people to understand. Like-minded people
Yeah.
that you have accountability to,
Yeah.
and they have accountability to you. So for instance, Marcus's child is my child.
Yeah.
My child is Marcus's child.
Yeah.
Right? And we don't just say that shit, right? I'll say to Marcus, open an ISA account for your daughter.
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm going to put money in there every month for her. Right? What are you talking about? That's my child. Right? So then if we got a clan, right? So let's say of 10 people, right? Everybody's child within that clan, everyone is putting money into their ISA account every month. So that child each month is gaining 100, 200, 300.
I love that.
Make it 10 pounds.
Even
Make it 10 pounds. I don't care.
Bro, even if it was a $5,
Even as
at 10 people a month,
right,
that child can pay a bill.
right.
With my godson, I don't give him presents. I have opened
That's
up.
exactly what I do with my nieces and nephews. I don't give them presents. My nieces and nephews have ISA. I told all my brothers and sisters, open ISA accounts for your children, and I will have a direct debit out every month, and I will put money in their account every month. So by the end of the year, and that's just me.
When
So
they get to 18.
when they get to 18, they got some money in their pocket, right?
Mhm.
And all of them got money in their pocket. And so we can actually sit down and be like, all right, cool. What are we going to do with this money? Right? And that's clan. That's
love
clan
that.
mentality.
But you need women.
Definitely.
You need men and women to do this.
It can't work without men and women. It literally cannot work
But
without
on the
men and
basic level, right, for family or for clan, on the basic level, everybody's got people. And this is how you realize who your clan is, right? This is how you realize how many people are actually down for you. If you have a child, for instance, you just had a newborn baby, and you say, oh, I've got to find the godparents. Oh, yeah, you're the godparent and you're the godparent. Great, cool, that's fine. I'm going to open up an ISA account for this child. As the godparent, are you willing to put in £10 a month into this child's life until they're 16 to 18?
Standard.
No, but are you? And that's when you realize, are people really down for you?
Yeah.
Or are they just doing this whole, oh yeah, I want to be I'm someone's godparent, right? And that's how you find out who your clan is. So for me and for Marcus's daughter is my daughter. My son is Marcus's son, right? And that's why, like, we do what we do. Like we don't just talk, we live it.
Yeah.
If Marcus needs to leave his daughter with me, fine. If I need to leave my son with Marcus is fine. And that is the whole thing of when we talk about the family unit. It's not just the nuclear family, it's the extended family.
Yeah, it is.
And that is the craziest thing for me, because even me and you, and we know the rules of clan,
Right.
yeah, but we still will bark at each other like, oh, we're not doing enough. We're not doing enough. We're not doing enough.
You're supposed to be doing this to my son, bro.
Yeah, and
You ain't come and talk my son this.
right, and it's something that you feel a constant pressure about, but it's something you enjoy.
It's a good pressure.
It's a good pressure. It's not that pressure of life. And one thing that I find clan helps with, and it will help people in the future with a lot. What do you find the number one thing when black people came to this country? What they was all sporting for? University. Send your kids to university, right?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And most kids
education.
are not doing the subject matter as a career, what they went into university to do, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
But as you just said, yeah, if we're getting them ready to get the bag when they get older, some of them might not opt for uni because they might already have the economic foundation to turn around and say, look, I'm serious. I've showed my parents I've been serious about this for a long time. I've even put in effort. Now you can get the bag. It was already sitting there for you.
What did you have at 16? When you turned 16, how much money did you have?
I was left money, and I got money when I was 18.
Do you know how lucky you are?
Yeah, I was.
That is such a rare experience.
My grandma left me money.
Especially in the black community.
Yeah, she left money.
My whole thing is, if I can leave 5 children with a couple of grand that I never had when I was 16, I've done something. See, a lot of people talk about, oh yeah, the community. I want to be part of the community. A lot of people do quote unquote community stuff. But I said, all right, cool. So the children in the community, how many children are you looking out for? Because you can only look out for so many.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you can't do everything. You can only look out for so many. So how many children? I'm looking out for, off the top of my head, there's at least 4 accounts for children that each month my money's going to.
I love that.
Sorry.
I know that about myself. At least 4 accounts.
Sorry, my brother. Yeah, I don't even mean to cut your wisdom, right?
Go on, bro.
I need you to read this comment.
Which, by who?
Yep.
No, I've got it here on my phone. Who? By whom?
I need you to read that, please.
He said Denzel Wood.
Yeah.
He said the UK to the UK Economist.
Yeah, read.
Hang on, one sec. The UK Economist, it's far too late for that. Educated conservative black men are leaving the West to date and marry foreign women. Right. That was my show yesterday on Pearl.
Right.
With Pearl,
you know.
Yeah, it was my show.
Do you know what it is? Yeah. Remember earlier I said I'm a positive pessimist. Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
And that sounds like a bit of a yin yang statement. Yeah. But let me tell you this. If you think it's too late, then you should be in that country with that woman that you want. That woman that's going to make you happy. And really, this show ain't really for you in that way.
So you don't think it's too late?
Bro.
I'm asking.
If somebody's got a too late mentality, and I'm not against what he's saying, but I'm giving a counter argument to what he's saying. If somebody's like, it's too late, bro, either go and do what you think is the best thing for yourself in life, or go find a bridge.
Oh God.
Okay, can I ask you something?
Because that
hang on. Let me just because I read it. Hold that thought, Chris. I just want to read the super chats because the super chats have been coming in. Big up to the UK Economist. It said the stable family unit is the foundation to communities building wealth. If there is no family, there is no foundation to build a financial prosperity. I agree, UK Economist. He also said, solution is simple. Good, hardworking men need to be picked for husbands and fathers. A community can improve if most women select good men to marry. I agree.
Yep.
Ricky Guthrie. Sarah, did you know that Jewish parents have 4 money jars for their children which say spending, saving, investment, and charity to teach their children about finances from an early age? Do you see how the basic stuff?
We're behind.
We're behind with the basics.
Yeah, we're behind.
Yeah, but that's
with
what
the basics, bro.
But that's what I'm trying to say, my brother. Yeah, when people, and I'm not hanging on my man Desi, yeah, right? But
big up to all the people that donated. All your donations, I'm just gonna let you know, is we have the studio here right now. We are going to be upgrading the studio with your donations. Okay, so keep donating. You're going to get better cameras, better lighting, better everything. Okay, so keep donating. But go on, Marcus.
And this is what I mean. This is what I mean with men, yeah. Like, you see when guys say, like, even the comment there, yeah. I'm not even going to hang on the comments too much, but I'm going to entertain.
Clarice, have you hold your thought? You remember your thought?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm going to entertain these men for a second, yeah. You see when men say to other men simping, yeah. I want to ask them, men. Did you grow up with your dad in your life? I did.
Yeah, I know you did. You talk about your dad all the time, bro.
I saw my dad run the household, and I saw my mum compliment.
Yeah.
My dad. Yeah. So when we're talking about all these other men talking about, oh, we're about to hear some simping or da, what I'm trying to say is, bro, you have to live it before you can talk it. You can talk about all these loose women out here, all of that to me, bro. But you know what? If you haven't lived it, yeah, you should talk to some people that maybe have lived it to find out what that experience is like, yeah, to understand that it's not just you lot are on this red pill thing now. I grew up in red pill, bro.
Because you grew up with your dad.
Yeah, it's not a philosophy for me. It's an actual culture. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of life. So if I ever seem like I'm saying it's not too late, certain women this, certain women that, and I defend women's corner in a certain light, it's not because I'm not defending the man then, yeah? It's because at the end of the day, I didn't grow up seeing my mum run all over my dad, yeah?
You didn't grow up seeing your mum struggle either.
I didn't see my mum, like, bro, my mum worked, my dad worked, yeah? I was with a childminder, yeah? And if not, I was with family, right? This clan thing that we talk about, yeah, I lived it, yeah. So a lot of these guys that are talking and they're being like all butthurt about the way society is now, yeah, I get them. I get where you're coming from because that looks nothing like what I grew up. What we live in now, it looks like nothing which I grew up in, yeah.
But you do know you're the anomaly then. Yeah,
but the anomaly can show you a path back because I lived it, bro.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Like, there's no point in, you know, like how young boys hustle out on the street now, yeah? With work and all of that, yeah? The bigger man then we're trying to tell them, bruh, it's not smart hustling like this, yeah? Because in our day, we knew how to hold it down. We weren't driving flashy cars. We weren't wearing all these chains and da. We was holding it down. Man, certain men were bus drivers, you know, bro. And cutting major P at the same time, right? But these boys want to floss and then they want to go and make drill videos,
and then get bagged.
Bro.
They get bagged
right?
by the cops, bro.
And I'm saying it's the same thing. A lot of men, you have not lived in the environment of a stable home, right? So when you're talking about, oh, it's too late, you have to go. I'm not saying don't go abroad. If you want to go abroad to find your missus, yeah? If it was me and I felt, you know, I come from a single parent home. I can't see these girls over here as stable for me. Yeah, they're not homebody enough for me.
I'm not gonna lie though, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You might need to go abroad to find a missus, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The women
no way.
over here are
bro.
Bro.
Yeah, bro.
Over here are mad, bro.
Bro, but what I'm saying is, if you feel that, then why aren't you going abroad, finding this woman, and then getting with her?
They are.
And
passport roles are a thing, bro.
Yeah, I get that passport roles are a thing, but bro, they need to be online more, talking with their new passport wife.
Okay.
And educating us.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. There's a couple guys, yeah. I'll give you an example. There's a couple guys I know that have gone to Thailand, right? And found wives. But let me tell you something. How long do you think that's going to last before Thailand men get pissed off with that?
I don't know.
You don't, like, you think just we can all flee as men of different groups coming from the West, go into a next man's country and start dealing with their women?
Yeah, at some point they're going to be
At some point,
because you know
it's going to kick off.
You know what's so funny? The Scandinavian countries have actually started putting a stop to it because so many men from Scandinavian countries were going to the Asian countries and bringing wives back.
Yeah. That
the actual Scandinavian countries started saying, you know what? No, too much.
Yeah.
But that's because, remember, that's because like there's a conversation here. That's because the Scandinavian countries, many European countries are at minus birth rate. Okay. And so this is going to bring a racial element into the show because many European countries are at minus birth rate, right? So I'm looking at this from a purely objective point of view.
Yeah.
Every society wants to keep their society moving forward.
Yes.
They want to produce themselves to keep moving forward. It's a basic human thing, right? If many societies in Europe are at minus birth rate, yet and still the people within their lands who are not of European descent are producing faster than the Europeans, that's going to cause a problem.
Huge problem.
It's going to cause a problem, and people are going to be upset about that.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
But the reason why it's not a problem in Thailand at the moment is because
tourism.
Is because there's not that many men outside of Thailand producing babies that are not Thai babies. It's kind of a fetish, or not a fetish, it's kind of a phase right now. But if en masse people from outside of Thailand started coming to Thailand to produce non-Thai babies, the government would have something to say about it.
And this is what I'm saying.
They would.
Look, you see these guys here, if you say something for them to think about a long-term goal in the strategy they're making, passport bros, I get it, because a lot of, especially black brothers, I would say, you know what, if it's so hard for you here in the West, touching Africa, bro, touching Brazil, bro, there's other, but they are. And they are good. They are. But please remember, once everybody else starts to follow the leader, Brazilian brothers, Nigerian brothers, Ghanaian brothers are not gonna have it, bro. You're not just gonna be all flooding over there and going out with their sisters, bro. Think about it long term.
I hear you. Long term, it's gonna be a problem, because I've always said, if idealistically, if there was a Wakanda, right, and Wakanda is for the Wakandans, right, and then other groups of people started coming to Wakanda, taking Wakandan women.
It's gonna be a thing. That's all I'm trying to say, bro.
You can't just come here and take
women, bro. Because where you come from is shitty options, right? So you want to come to Wakanda now and be like, but your women are cool. Nah, fam, you know,
people are gonna have a problem.
Not
long term,
not now. Now it might be a solution for certain brothers. But
where are you guys meeting these women? Because there are good women out there in the UK.
Now that's where that's where you see that's where you're gonna have me sounding like a hypocrite now, because boy,
good women in the UK, I'm not gonna say there's no good women in the UK. They are there. But like I said, remember, I just played the video. The psychology, the pervading psychology of feminism, we can do it by ourselves, we don't need no man. That is a very Western psychology.
Yes.
And so what is happening is, what I've noticed is men of the West are generally more traditional than the women of the West. I'm talking about the average guy.
Yep, I agree.
So the average dude is looking at the women saying, their mindset's just it's a bit messed up. It's not the mindset that I want, which is why they will go outside of the UK to find outside of the West, let's say, not just the UK, to find a woman, because the psychology that you're talking about is prevailing. That's not to say there aren't good women in the West. There's good women everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But sometimes you just have to dig and you have to find them.
Okay. As to men, what is it? Tell me the 5 things you're looking for in a woman, the top 5 things.
Submissiveness, friendliness,
Mm-hmm.
You have to be fit, feminine, friendly.
Okay.
Fit, feminine, friendly, submissive, cooperative.
Yeah.
Good mother.
Yeah.
Or potential to be a good mother, because you might not be a mother yet.
Yeah.
And that cooperative nature. But we have the women in the West, they're not cooperative with who? I can do what I want to do.
When you say
cooperative with who?
When you say cooperative, what does that mean? What does that look like?
It looks like if I, as a man, am the quote unquote head of the household.
Yeah.
And I say, this is what we're doing, X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight you. We can have a conversation.
Yeah.
A conversation is great, right? But at the end of the day, the man has to be the one to make the actual decision. Women, as you already know, are the ones making all the decisions, and they have been making decisions for the past how many decades? So what happens is that because of we're in 2022 now, right? Going into 2023. There are so many men that have realized, hang on a minute, whoa, this is kind of crazy. Yeah. We as men need to get back on our quote unquote manhood and start to steer the ship. Mm-hmm. Women have been steering the ship for so long, they ain't willing to relinquish power of the ship. And that's so men realize, I don't want to fight these women, like, because me fighting a woman, look, it's not a fair fight, is it? Mm-hmm. And so that's why you're a misogynist. You're from the patriarchy. Yeah. That's why we get that, because we're now saying, no, we're not that. We're just trying to say, listen, we understand you've been leading this for a while. We're trying to get back on our shit now. No, that's misogyny. We ain't got time for it.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll agree with Dems in the comment section from what he said. He said, women in the UK are liberal. And I would say that most men, even around the world, are not liberal. They have to be liberal outwardly, like. No,
they're conservative. Most men are conservative.
But most men are conservative.
100%.
Yeah, and I think one problem I have here is with the word traditional. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when we say we want traditional women,
that means you got to be a virgin before I even have before I marry you. Like, that's traditional,
right? But to be
that's real traditional.
Yeah, it is.
But there's a culture behind tradition, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you, what now, this is what I want to ask the men. Yeah, what is the culture behind the traditional they want? What is the culture behind
it? It differs. I think it differs.
What do you mean it differs? We're in the UK.
Yeah.
We're men. We're men from the
Western
UK.
Culture.
No. I'm saying what Western men in the West that want traditional women. What is supporting that culture? I'll give you an example. Muslim men have Islam. They tell their women, you need to be down with Islam. It has traditional cultural values.
Yeah.
Christian men do the same.
Yeah, but where is the promotion of Christianity?
Christian men are soft, bro.
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying, bro. Like if you're
Christian men are soft.
You could say
they don't even have their women in check, bro,
right? Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you can go to a church, in a miniskirt.
Yeah, it's that the church is 70% women anyway.
Yeah, it is.
Right, and it's just the pastor chirping your missus for 20 to an hour.
100%.
Right, and that's all it is.
Is that what he's doing a sermon?
Yeah. It's chirping your woman.
He's just chirping your missus.
Your woman's in the front row getting wet, bro.
Yeah, and yes, pastor. Yes, pastor. Yeah, and you're just sitting there like, fam, you're gonna get your shit together. You're not even that wet for me. Yeah,
exactly.
Right. But this is the problem, which I'm saying. When we say traditional women, where's us as men backing up this traditional culture, just like other men that have religions? They have a whole system. So you go mosque with your woman, she sees your tradition, she sees her culture. Right. She comes outside of that, there's a shame to it.
That's why we talk about temple, though, don't we?
Right, of course we talk about temple, but with no temple, who are you promoting traditional to? Because you can't take your woman to no traditional place where all the women are sitting together and they're like, I don't know what women do, innit? They're all doing each other's hair, but they're all here together because all of their husbands are here in the other room.
Right.
And they might be doing physical exercise, teaching the boys this, teaching the girls that. Like, it could be whatever, but there is no place of gathering for you to turn around and say, oh, I want a traditional woman. Where's that promoted from?
Bro, like,
for you to tell a woman.
It's a good question.
The thing that what you're saying to me is something that we've spoken about for like how many years now, right?
Yeah, years.
Because we speak about temple, right? Myself and Mark, we speak about temple. We speak about the fact that if you don't have a temple, it doesn't matter what the temple is. The temple is a church, temple is a mosque, temple is a synagogue, right? If you don't have a temple as a central
place of gathering,
then your whole community is gonna mess up. And the problem with black people, they ain't got a temple. They ain't got one.
It's Pentecostal church, but
the thing is, we already see that temple's already corrupted.
Yeah.
It really is. If I go to the church,
It's corrupted,
the
bro.
women just give me a side eye. Walking in as a single woman, I don't even
The
bother
temple is corrupted, bro.
Fully.
We need to create a new temple.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever that, we need to create a new temple.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
Which is why Marcus is creating a clan code.
and this is why people see me passionate about this kind of subject matter when it comes to the family, because I think everybody's going, oh, women this and I want a family and da 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 da. But us as men, like we need to be practical about what we need so we can get that power back. So when we're even approaching a woman, we're like, listen, you can never be down with me unless you understand that I go temple with the man then.
I'm loving
now,
this.
do you see?
I'm loving this. Is what women need.
Yeah, but so you see that what you just said there, right? You see that reaction.
Yeah.
That's why we're creating it.
Because
we understand what women need and what women want. Yeah. Right? They want to follow men. Yeah, but they want to follow men that know what the hell they're doing.
Absolutely.
Right. They want to follow men.
1,000%.
Right. So when you create something, but remember, when you create something new, people are like, what's that?
Yeah.
What's that? Cult. It's a cult. It's a cult. Yeah.
Everything started out as a cult.
Yeah, but the mosque ain't a cult.
No, but it started
the synagogue.
out as one.
Yeah. And then
synagogue started out
and then,
as one.
then it started benefiting communities, right?
Right.
Then people started having big boy weddings.
Right.
Yeah. And family was always round at the house.
Right.
Yeah. Because if you're not always round at the house, the rules of what you say you are or what you claim to be. Yeah. You claim to be part of a clan. But you ain't doing nothing clanny.
Yes.
Right? So how you so what's going on with you?
But Jewish people are, Muslim people are.
Yeah, because they got no
Christian
option.
people are.
Because
they're
you're
doing
clanny stuff. Yeah. Like even do you know what is respectfully to the all communities, right? But in Hackney, I used to walk past the Jewish children, and I used to be, look at them, the hat and the curls and all of that. Like, why are they all dressed in the same, fam?
But as you grew, you
right. As I grew, I was like, oh, uniformity. I like that. I like that. I like that uniform that you can't touch one of their children.
Yeah.
And think it's gonna be
it's gonna be cool.
Oh no. You're gonna hear stomp outside your yard. You're gonna see 100 of them all dressed the same. Yeah. It's not just gonna be one brother going, I'll bring arms ass to your mum's house. Yeah. It's not gonna be that. Yeah. It's gonna be lawyers. It's gonna be beatings. It's gonna be like, bro, you're not gonna be able to work nowhere.
Same with the Sikhs, same with the Hindus, same with the Jews, same with the Muslims, same with because they have a clan.
Yeah, we need a clan.
Right.
That's what we're working
but that's what we've been saying.
What we're working
because as I bring you back here and I say kingdom, community, family, individual.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When you don't even understand that as the format to move forward, right? And you've been dragged back from all of that. We can all bitch about slavery as much as we want, right? But we've been dragged right back to the bare essential individual.
Yeah.
Now we're all bitching about our individuality.
Yeah.
You know, these chicks, my boss, like everything is a rage. Yeah. This is why I say, you know how you know black people are still effed? Because every time we get hurt physically, mentally, or financially, we start walking.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
They call it marching.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I don't
we start walking.
Yeah, I don't.
We start protesting. Yeah, but if you look at, like I've said to you before, if you look at how many thousands of people in the march, when it's a real big thing like George Floyd, how many thousands of people you think?
Hundreds, like tens of thousands.
Tens of thousands. So I meant tens of thousands of people. Yeah, how many of them do you think are doctors? How many nurses, firemen, lawyers? So you mean to tell me the smartest of that tens of thousands of people couldn't say, forget the march?
We done enough marching.
We've done enough marching. It's 2022. We've been doing that since the 60s. Let's sit down in a room. You're a doctor. This person's an engineer. That person's a business planner. You do it for the people you work for every single day. But when we're hurt, economically, physically, everything else, the first thing we do, we put on our trainers, start walking. I'm not walking nowhere, bro.
Why is that? Why do we love a march?
Because it's
go on, Marcus, go on.
I'm saying, you know, like you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Yeah. Your habits are hard to kick. Yeah. We've been watching,
and if we don't walk, we start burning things down.
So so like a kid, innit?
Yeah. Like
fed up of walking now.
Hey,
I'm throwing a tantrum now. Yeah. I'm gonna burn things down. I'm gonna And then other groups look at us and go,
stupid.
They really do.
Yeah, like
we're stupid.
really
We're stupid.
do.
We are. I'm not gonna lie. Like, black people, I love you, but the way in which you go on certain times is stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever what you're doing.
Bro, I got support from my brother Yi. I don't agree with everything he does, yeah, but I got support from my brother Yi, right? But I ain't seen a Jewish march yet about Yi. I saw him get cut off from Adidas. I saw him get cut off from this, that, the other. He went from a billionaire to a multi-millionaire in a couple of days because they said, oh, there's gonna be no marching. There ain't gonna be no marching. We're just gonna cut off your whole shit because my man works in the bank. My man works on TV. My man works over there. It's done for you, dog. Yeah. Say something else. Say something else. Yeah. But with us, it's like we're upset. Get my trainers.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that.
And I'm wrong. And I'm wrong. But you can't be. Yeah, but you can't, since Dr. King and Malcolm, still be doing the same thing with smartphones now.
But we don't have any strong male leaders.
No, but the thing is, I tell you what, this is the thing about. If we're kind of veering off, but I'm actually loving this conversation. Black people, black men specifically, have too much ego. Right, so there are a lot of brilliant black minds out there. Brilliant black minds, right? What I've slowly watched over the past couple decades is black men with brilliant minds start fighting each other. You all got brilliant minds, bro. Like, if you came together at a round table, bro, you'd be so fucking strong. That it would be literally, and I always reference it, and I'm not saying that it's real. It's that scene in Wakanda where you're seeing all the leaders of the different tribes talking, and they're all talking for Wakanda. The man with the big plate in his lip, the man from all of them are brilliant minds, but they're all talking on one accord.
And you know, they're all from different groups.
And they're all from different groups, but they're saying we're all about Wakanda, right? But the thing is with black men in this, they all, because all of them within their own quote unquote clans or tribes are bigged up. They're the big man. They feel like they're the big man. So you can't tell me nothing. It's like, listen, I'm Sa Ra Garvey. I will sit down with anyone. Certain people put me on the pedestal. Bro, listen, when it comes to the forward movement of people, I don't give a damn. My ego will be checked at the door, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? But a lot of black men specifically are not ready to do that.
How do you check your ego at the door as a man?
First,
by realizing that it's not about you.
Yeah,
there's a bigger purpose.
How do you get to that realization?
Maturity. A lot of let's look at Umar Johnson, for instance. I don't like to talk on people, but you look at Umar Johnson, right? Umar Johnson had a beef with Tariq Nasheed.
Yeah,
you know Tariq Nasheed, who done what's the documentary?
Hidden Colors.
Hidden Colors, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Two brilliant black minds, right? He had one for this, he had one for that. What did they end up doing? Going at each other. I'm just like, guys, like, you would have been stronger together.
Yeah, they would have.
Than going at each other.
You know what? I'm going to throw a bit of a spanner in the works on that, though, yeah?
Go on.
What I've noticed is because other groups still understand the potential of black people in a whole, there's a lot of boys that are, men or whatever, like, a lot of them are agents, bro, for me. Yeah?
Maybe.
Because
maybe
it's simple right now. You just said something which is really uplifting to me, is that I'm prepared to sit down with anyone, right? As long as it's for the forward movement of my people.
Yeah.
You know, like if somebody, like, I don't agree with it, but if somebody was from the Rainbow Gang, yeah, but they were black, and they said, I'm gonna put that temple you want in the community.
But has it got rainbow colors on the temple, bro?
No, but this is what you see, the Wakanda meeting. You see the Wakanda meeting?
Yeah.
That you said?
Yeah.
That's what we discuss.
Okay.
That's what we discuss. You get what I'm saying? Like, it don't really matter as long as it is for the forward movement of my people. Because if we're discussing it and he's from the rainbow community, right? And I'm saying, well, what's the benefits for straight black families?
Right. Because the thing is, right, sorry to cut you, yeah, is because in this manosphere space, right?
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people. There's mediocre Torah reviews. There's Aberrant Preach, right? There's Fresh and Fit. There is what's his name? What's his name now?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
And he says,
what's going on? Yeah. There's Poor Man's Podcast. There's lots of people. Lots of people.
There's so many brilliant black minds within the manosphere space, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here, and I'm in the manosphere space now. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, you're all in America. I'm over in the UK. So I'm like, all right, fine, I might be.
Thank you, O'Shea Duke Jackson.
O'Shea Duke Jackson.
Thank you.
And I'm in the UK, so I can look from the outside like I'm not in America, right? So maybe I get it. But I'm looking and waiting. I'm thinking, are they all gonna link up and like do something? Are they all gonna get together and kind of like form Voltron and like have like this big Optimus Prime Transformer thing? And it's like, I'm waiting on it, and it's like, are they all just individually? And this is not me calling them out because I think they're all brilliant. Do you get what I'm saying? But I'm just thinking, if you guys don't get together and do something, right, then you're wasting yourselves.
Yeah, but you see who you're talking about, yeah?
Talking and doing are two very different things.
And I think they're YouTubers.
And even Coach Greg Adams, I don't know if you've seen Coach.
Yeah.
Like all of them, like individually, they're all brilliant.
They're all great.
Guys, bro.
Yeah, great. And from lots of different angles, they've got great things to say.
Wouldn't they be better together?
Yeah, but this is the thing. Again, you said ego before, right?
Right, yeah.
And I think you can't state the obvious and then people not do the obvious and then not think, why is the obvious not happening? Yeah, that will always be the question. But for me, I think just like in the streets, just like on YouTube, it's all the same thing. It's like, if I share with you, will you then become on top of me? Will people then go, oh, them two did a show together, and I think my man is smarter? Or I think people
That's ego. Bro.
Yeah, and exactly as you said, I think a lot of people are worried about that. I think men, as much as we've turned around and said this and that about women, yeah, there's a lot of traits that unfortunately we've gathered for them. Because I will sit down with any man and have any discussion, even if we disagree, yeah, I'll sit down and have the conversation.
Bro, let me just say, you, myself, and Big Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say three good black men. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of us bring different things to the table.
Yeah.
You bring something to say. I always say you got the third eye for me. I've always said, like, you've got an eye that I don't have, right? He's got an eye that I don't have. But that doesn't diminish who I am because I know what I bring to the table. And Big Bro knows what he brings to the table.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And that's the whole thing. It's like, if you don't learn to check your ego and realize that you're all great in your own way. But the common goal is not, oh, but I want to be the head. And that's one of the reasons why I feel like the black community loses, is because they always look to a quote unquote leader. And once that leader gets shot down or dies, everything falls apart.
So you're saying we don't need a leader?
No, you need a conglomerate. Who's the Chinese leader? Who's the Jewish leader? Who's the Muslim leader? Who's the Japanese leader? Who's the Hindu leader? You have a round table of people who say, okay, is this the best thing for the community? This is what we're gonna do to go forward.
Yeah,
damn leader. Well, we're waiting on. Oh, we want a Malcolm X. We want a Martin Luther King. We want a Umar. There ain't no damn leader, bro. Like, you're all part of the same thing. Lead.
And you know one thing you said in that, yeah, that cracks me up. Like, it makes me think, it's funny, innit? The solution is right in front of us, all of us, every single day, right? You go to work, right? You understand how your company works that you work for. There's a board. There's a CEOs.
And the board can actually kick out the CEO, bro.
Right? And a new CEO comes in because we need to push the company forward. The entity that you're like, which the company is.
There is always a senior.
Yes.
Because you need a figurehead.
You need a figurehead.
Just like the president of the United States. Do you think the president is the one that runs the United States? Or does he have people
But you gotta have
you know what I'm saying?
But if the figurehead loses the plot and he's like, forget fashion, we're buying tomatoes next week. Oh, fam, you're done at it.
Yeah.
You're done at it. We run Selfridges, fam. We're not Tesco's. Yeah, no, but tomatoes. Yeah, bro, you're gone. Yeah. So what I would say is, do black men or any group of men that feel like they're suffering, do they have the willpower to sit down, leave your religion at the door, leave your ego, leave everything at the door, and say,
Muslim, Christian, what? Don't bring that shit in
don't
here.
Don't bring because with us,
political party in here. I don't care if you're from Labour, Conservative,
if nothing, like you can still vote that. You can still vote that. But the company and the targets of the company remain. That is the most important thing.
100%.
Yeah, because one thing I've always argued with family members about, it'll be like, I'm talking, but Allah wouldn't be down with that, bro. I'm like, sorry?
Listen, I've always said, people who
Jesus wouldn't like that.
This is how I am. You already know I am. But people who bring their religious affiliation or their political affiliation to the door and don't check it, I can't fuck with those people. Because at some point, when we all get in the door, they're gonna want to say, yeah, but Jesus, yeah, but Allah, yeah, but Trump, yeah, but the conservatives, yeah, but the liberal. Shut the fuck. And that's why, one of the reasons why I believe, this is one of the, I'm gonna say something a little bit controversial. One of the reasons why black people actually envy Jewish people. Because Jewish people don't care what party you're from. Jewish people don't care what, they don't care. Are you Jewish? Yeah, all right, cool. I don't care if you're from Labour or Conservative.
Yeah. But you
black people need to be like, are you Muslim? Are you Christian? I don't care about that shit. Are you black? All right, cool. Yeah, all right. We rolling? We're rolling. Yeah, all right, we're rolling.
You know what the craziest thing about that, is do you remember when we was growing up, it used to be like, bro, you from South? Yeah. Ah, firm. Yeah, bro, you from East? Yeah. Now, can you see how much we've whittled it away? Remember when we're talking about the kingdom thing and it's whittling away? Yeah, we've gone even past the individual and we've gone, fam, are you from the corner shop?
Are you from
because if you're from that block there, it's gonna be an issue, bro. Yeah. So we're not even looking at like parts of London anymore. Like we've whittled it down so much. So if you know the case that I'll bring to people, if you don't think now is the time for clans and community building, right? How much more do you want to whittle it down to? Like what's the next level? Once we can't walk to the next block, what is it then? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, but I would still say you will have people that will still give you kickback, and I would say that these are the people that I would call subconscious agents.
Yeah, because a lot of it is they don't even realize that they're agents anymore.
What do you mean subconscious agents?
Like the people that will there's a saying, right? I call it the house of black ignorance.
Okay.
The house of black ignorance, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of ignorant shit that black people do, right? And it's under what I call the house of black ignorance, right? And when you say, hang on, that's some ignorant shit, I want to destroy that house of black ignorance. Before you even get to the house, you've got to get on the lawn. And the lawn's got landmines, right? So you got to dodge the landmines on the lawn. And after you dodge the landmines, you got to get to the guard dogs. You got to dodge the guard dogs. Then you get to security, and you got to dodge security. Then you get to the security cameras. Then they might have guns on the top of the house firing at you. And all of those different things to get to destroy the house of black ignorance are black people.
Right.
All of them. Black people defend the house of black ignorance with their life.
Yeah, they do.
They defend it. You already know there's things, whether it comes to the media, whether it comes to music, whether it comes to entertainment, that we know is not good for us.
Yeah.
We defend it. We defend the artists that are talking about selling drugs to us, right? And killing us. No, but his lyrics were... Shut up.
Yeah.
You're defending ignorance. Why would you defend every time you get to you want to destroy the house of black ignorance? Black people will be not white people, not other people, not Jewish people, not Chinese people. No one will defend it. Black people will defend it. They will defend the house of black ignorance with their life and be like, yo, but and throw up fucking gang sign. Yeah, but he's from O Block, bruv.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
For fuck's sake, bro. Like, but is this good for the community?
But where has that mindset come from? Where did it come from?
I believe, and a lot of people are going to be like, don't harp on slavery, but I believe after slavery, if you look at every other group, you know, like after the Japanese got bombed in Hiroshima, they was like, okay, we took an L, right? We better get on our technology thing, yeah? And they became Honda, Mitsubishi, Toshiba after that, right? Jewish people had their plight. They said, better own Hollywood, better own the music industry. After that, we're not going back there again, yeah? I think black people went, as long as I can fit in, I'm good. After slavery, we didn't have a will or a desire to turn around and say, that can't happen again. We just wanted to fit in. Like it's with us, it's more of an acceptance, just to fit into society. We don't have like the same thing we're saying with clan, yeah? Where's the drive for ownership?
There isn't any.
Mobos, son, but it's not us. Yeah. Choice FM it's not anymore. Right. Just names Motown.
But
records.
That's what Kanye was pushing for. He was pushing for ownership.
Yeah.
Kanye was owning his piece of America.
Yeah.
Right. And so you can't own it. And what do we say, bro? You cannot build Wakanda in someone else's back garden.
Right.
No, you can't.
But that's
possible, bro.
But that's the only thing I disagree with him on. Yeah. Well, not the only thing, but that I majorly disagree with him on. There's a lot of things I agree with him on. Right.
Yeah.
But fam, like we keep on speaking about, yeah, you've got to have home base, and then you can live wherever you want in the world. As long as you got home base, yeah.
Then you can go out.
There's a Chinatown in the West End. Why?
Yeah,
because there's a China.
There's Chinatown in all throughout America.
You get what I'm saying? Like wherever you go in the world, you're gonna find Chinatown because there's a China.
Because China is big boys.
Big boys. Like they're saying, you're not just gonna run up in Chinatown and do no China massacre,
right?
And there not be repercussions because we're from China, yeah. But what you will see is happen the other day is you'll find American football team owner. He was in a photograph where he was in a photograph where they was dealing in segregation. Now I've got my own feelings about that picture, but he was in it where basically white people were keeping.
I remember. I saw it.
White people keeping black people out of their colleges or schools and right? Now I'm very 50-50 on that photograph, right? One, I would say if he was in it, which he was, yeah, I would side-eye him from here on out because he's the same guy who turned around and said to the black players not to take a knee, right? So his behavior hasn't really. He did, and he was one of the only NFL owners to say it, right? And he was very strict on it. You take a knee on my team, you're out here, right? But my thing with that is that there's a kind of naivety with black people that we're kind of like, we want to get into your schools. We want to get into your schools. We want to get into your schools. And there are guys outside there smoking cigarettes in your face. Like, we're going to hang you. You know that, innit? Yeah. And we still would want to come in. I'm like, excuse me?
But there is something, when we try to create our own, there is something that comes. I know a black woman who tried to build her own school.
Yeah.
And the amount,
here.
Yeah. And the amount of backlash that she received.
Yeah.
No,
but who was she trying to build the school for?
Black children.
No.
Everyone.
But she had
no problem.
But her curriculum had like obviously an education that was rooted towards us understanding who we are, right?
Yes.
Right. Here's the problem with that. I know a lot of black people that have tried to open up schools. There was a lot of Sunday schools when I was growing up, which gave black education. White people were free to go there too. With us, it's like you got to get your economics right, in my opinion, as far as it goes, is we already own property within the area. You already own things within the area, supermarkets, off licenses. Like, if we're going to drink alcohol, yeah, at least sell it to ourselves. Right?
Like Diddy's doing.
Do you know what I mean? If we're going to go to bars, at least go to bars owned by yourself, right? Once you own things within your community, once you start to own the area economically, when there's town hall meetings and things like that, they can't be like, you can't have a school here.
Yeah.
Listen, shout out to Asasi and shout out to Cobbs here.
Big shout out to them.
Big shout out to Cobbs because he's one of our clan members and he's actually building, he's actually selling land in Ghana, right? And selling land in Ghana for people to buy, to build their own, you know, to build their own houses.
I'd be interested in that.
And it's a legitimate bit. It's not it's legitimate business. Do you know what I'm saying?
This ain't no land in Spain thing.
He's not gonna run away with my money.
No. He's got so many people already. He's got the plots. Like, there's so many people from Senegal, people from Jamaica, people from the UK. They've all bought there. And
you know what's crazy about K, is that he has brought in everybody. Like, he has named the streets.
Yeah,
not just African people. Marcus Garvey Street. The street you will live on is Marcus Garvey Street, Bob Marley Street.
Yeah.
Like, and what I'm saying is, if you don't have the vision to turn around and look and say, if you think it's so pale here and you think there's no women here and if you don't have the vision to say, once my children get older, and they've lived in this place, they've started to learn the language, and they're like,
and this culture's done,
right, and your next door neighbors, they might be from America or they might be from Britain, another part of Britain, Birmingham or whatever, right? And you've got a street named after like somebody who you're aware of.
Yes.
Yeah. You're not just moving to a street is somewhere in Germany, Dunchhausen Street. Like, you don't know nothing about that. Yeah. But he's actually brought everyone in, so you actually feel comfortable moving back there. And I think it's something again where I say, once you can build your little Wakandas in your Ghanas, your Nigerias, your Congos,
your Zimbabwe's,
your Rwandas, then when you're here and you make a school over here and they try and cock block you in any way, you can turn around and be, no problem, because the children over there are dying for a school. You know, you have an option. I feel like what we always get messed up into is that once it fails for us here, we're like, well, what next? I tried, and then they broke it down. And that's
Black Wall Street.
But that's what I'm trying to say. That's the obvious, though, isn't it?
Black Wall Street.
Remember when I was saying earlier that even the elites don't want to see. It doesn't matter your color. They don't want to see another group come up
to challenge them.
Brother, think about the energy of young black boys and young black girls. If they all decided, you know what, I really like drill music, but that energy can be put elsewhere.
Yeah, I wouldn't let my child listen to it.
Right?
So, sorry, just to cut you. The Balenciaga scandal, right?
Yeah.
The elites are selling pedophilia, to you and to me, and showing that's what they're about. Do you think they're putting their own children in it?
No.
Hell no.
No.
But they'll get your children, though.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? They'll get our children. They'll try and put our children into the thing, and that's the thing about. They have their clan.
Yeah, they do.
They have their clan.
Yeah. I mean, did you ever see that documentary about social media? What was it called?
I think I know what you're talking about.
And the people were saying the effects of what social media is having. Didn't all of them say who created it, they wouldn't allow their children to watch?
Of course not.
Okay.
Do you think the people who created McDonald's are letting their children eat McDonald's? No way. Like, because they sell it to you.
Yeah.
Dumbass fat bastards. Like, we'll let you get fat, and fuck up your blood pressure. But our children are gonna eat organic shit. You know what I'm saying? And that is the world we're living in.
Yeah.
That's the world we're living in.
Yeah, but one thing I would say is that we should all look at it like, and again, that positive pessimist thing. That you should be expecting that. As soon as you walk out the door, you should be expecting somebody to make sure you stay on the bottom so they can stay on the top. That should be a natural way of thinking.
Do you know what I'm going to say, guys? Yeah. This conversation diverted so many different ways, right? Even talking about the family. But before we get gone, I want to ask a question to kind of get back on topic, right?
Yeah.
Is one of the reasons for the family breakdown is because women are monetarily incentivized to become single. And when I say that, I mean this. When we were growing up, because you're of my generation, remember when you're growing up, you could have a baby and then get a house. You could get a flat. You can get so many things paid for if you actually just made the man not in the house, which was one of the reasons why the family started breaking down. That's what I saw anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And now I think it's morphed into, oh, don't worry about that. The man, government's your man. You want money? We'll give you the money for your children. Don't worry about that. Your children need clothes? We'll give you the money. There's no man. There's no incentive to actually be with a man anymore.
I don't know what that system is like, that benefit system is like. And I don't really know a lot of people. I don't know anyone on it. So I don't know how beneficial it is for young women these days.
Right.
I do think that the women I know, they have children with men who earn good money.
Right.
And they make an application to the CSA and they can receive £600, £700, £800 a month for 1 or 2 children, depending on how much he earns. So in that respect, yes. Benefits, I'm not sure. I think they cut right back on giving out houses.
So is it got to the point where, because women want to be equal, you're saying that they put their money into the CSA, or they put their application to CSA? If you're equal, we're equal, right? You're supposed to be taking care of your own child, right?
Absolutely.
So,
but women
want equality when it benefits them.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but we all know that women, and this is why I understand why men will say women are crazy, women are nuts, because in one respect they want equality.
Yeah.
But in the next breath, they still want a man to open doors and pay for bills. It's like this, like, pick a lane.
Yeah.
But it's like a buffet, isn't it? It's like, I want that bit.
Yeah.
But I don't want that. I don't want that.
Yeah.
The buffet. I want that bit. Yeah, I want those. Yeah. That's what women do.
And plus as well, the majority of women, they do work. You know, they are educated. They have got good jobs. So they don't need the man there for the financial support, as we were saying earlier. So bye, then, see you later, and then sign up for CSA.
So then is putting the man on financial support a control mechanism then?
Yeah.
It's just to control him.
Yeah.
To have something over him.
Yes.
Because you can take care of this child by yourself.
Yeah.
Equal. And then you can co-parent equally. Because in this country, if a man and woman co-parent equally, nobody owes each other any money. That's a law. It's by law. I had to learn that myself by co-parenting with my son's mom.
Yeah, because you share, don't you? If you depending on
like, when he's at my house, like, I'm paying for everything.
Yeah.
When he's at your house half the week, you're paying for everything.
Yeah.
Why do I owe you money?
Well, it's
because you want equality, though.
Women don't want equality. They don't.
What do they want then?
Power.
Domination.
I don't think they know themselves. I'm honest. Yes, we want the
sorry to cut you,
choice.
but how would they know themselves again? Like what we was talking about before. That's why I don't think the actual conversation went off. Because how would women know themselves without a temple?
There are some women that do the work. They do the work, and they.
Would you say those women read?
Yeah.
Yeah, they read a lot.
Yeah, 100%.
And a lot of the time, they might even get into like philosophy.
Yes,
and things
of course.
like that. Yeah, but I'm saying the majority of women don't.
Yeah.
Really?
They read social media.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They read TikTok.
Like the majority of women
I find that hard to believe.
Are inspired.
Yeah, because you're of a different generation. That's why.
Yeah.
I buy my daughter books. My daughter's got a whole bookshelf.
That's your daughter.
Yeah.
The average 18 to 26-year-old woman ain't read a book in her life.
Yeah.
Ain't read a book in her life. She's been on social media all the time. She's been on TikTok, Instagram. She's read.
Have you ever?
But she's read the comment section of something. That's what she's read.
Bro. Have you ever been on the train, and been nosy and looked at a girl when she's looking on her phone?
No.
Do you know what do you know what she's looking? Do you know what they're looking at the majority of the time?
Oh,
I'm always
media.
on the train. Yeah, no, but what on social media?
TikTok, what? Instagram,
other girls.
Other girls.
They're always looking at other girls, bro.
Yeah,
and like, oh, she's gorgeous. Oh, she's pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, she's dead. Always looking at other women. Now, you know, if a brother
was always
looking at her next man, he's blonks, bro. Yeah. He's got shoulders, fam. Yeah. No, it wouldn't guss off us. Yeah. But women all day, oh, I love her hair, love her. Da. And that's what I'm saying. There's no temple for them to know anything different.
And that's why I said women don't like other women. I've always said women don't like women.
And at the same time, they also admire them.
If I open the door right now and let two women in right now, they'd look at you and they'd look at you and they'd be like, who are these women? They'll be eyeing you up. Why she got those on? What's that? What's her hair like that for? They're instantly in competition.
But there are other women out there that aren't like that.
No, there are, but I'm saying average women.
Average
women will look at you and be like, she got red lipstick on. I don't even think that even. I don't think that even suits her.
Yeah.
All right, fine. That's what's going through their mind.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Women are mean.
Women don't like women.
But rather than concentrating on the men and the women.
Right? But the thing is, they're doing that for men. But the thing is, do you know the reason why the only time women like other women is to go against men. Oh, women will fall Voltron to go, because men are this and men are that. Oh, you'll get 100 women saying that shit. But if you put all of those women in the room without men and nothing to do with men, they will scratch each other's eyes out.
I heard they call that church, fam.
Right, we got to roll because it's like past now. Listen, family, thank you all for joining in. All right.
Sorry, my brother. Last two super chats.
Oh, there's 2 super chats. Okay, cool. There's 2 super chats. Sorry. The last 2 super chats from UK Economist. He said, "Here's what a provider wants: calm and feminine, traditional homemaking, conservative values to raise kids, dress modestly, no revealing outfits, cooking skills, loyal and respectful." Big up the UK Economist because I believe that shit too. That. Oh my God. Sorry. Eric Powell said, "If you want to lead our people, then you need to be ready to pay the ultimate price. The system's immune system won't allow it."
I like that.
Listen, big up to everyone that donated. I appreciate the donations. We appreciate the donations. It's going towards cameras. It's going towards upping the levels of the production. Thank you all for joining in. Marcus, listen, thank you for coming. Carice, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
We might have to do this again, you know, Carice. You might have to come again, you know.
Oh,
I enjoyed you.
Good show.
I enjoyed. But yeah, family, listen, we shall see you next week. Peace out.